don't know what happened. You turn on the camera, I get like, ooh, okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the Faded Friends podcast, episode number 5, I think. Today we're going to talk about YouTube. Shocking, I know, but it's been some time since we've caught up with YouTube in general and our YouTube careers and where we're at, so we're just going to go over that today. But first, we're going to introduce a new thing to our podcast. It's exciting, but not really. We're going to dedicate the first 2 to 3 minutes talking about current events. And right now, we have to talk about Ariana Grande's new album.
Thank you. Not next, because I'm currently loving what she's doing.
I am obsessed. And when I say that, I'm not joking. I've had the album on repeat just all day since it's come out.
Literally.
And I don't do that usually. That's just not who I am.
I think because she didn't release her last album. It was what was it, 6-8 months ago?
It wasn't that long ago.
No, which is very unusual for us, from what I believe, to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like she hasn't released a full album, but it's nice because she's released 2, I wouldn't say mini albums.
She's had a lot of singles and
Yeah, and it's been quite nice. I think it all seems to be stuff that she's written, but I think she said she couldn't fit it into one album because it was too much, but she didn't want to cut off anything, so she decided to make the two as well, which is quite cool.
This album just feels very her. It's just very genuine. I think that's why everyone really likes it. I obsessed. That's the only word.
So
do you have a favorite song?
I really like Bloodline.
Okay. Fair.
Only because for me, I'm a sucker for as soon as a song starts, if it's catchy, that's a huge bonus. And to hear her Nona, as she calls her Nona talking about how then I'm just not satisfied, and then Ariana laughing how she does.
That,
it's it makes it feel really personal, and then just cuts into a nice chill beat, and it's yes. But I do like her new single as well.
It's like a feel good, I don't know. Even if some of them are more sad or slow, they're all still there's an energy about them. Just when she made the album, I'm looking, by the way. So don't mind me. I do like Imagine. I like the song Needy.
Same.
I like Ghostin', and then Break Up with a Girlfriend and Bored.
Yes.
So that's a great one. But the whole album's just amazing. So.
It is a great piece of work.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Ariana. We needed this. You can see from my Twitter that I've been obsessed because I've just been tweeting about this album. So.
I love that, though.
Don't mind me if you go on my Twitter.
I have seen some reviews as well on iTunes. I am that kind of person where I'll be oh, it's not had some great reviews. Let's see what people are moaning about. Because I think that, to me, tells me and this is on the day of release. I looked, and people were not giving the album a chance. So, I checked out iTunes, and it was there's loads of people complaining, oh, it's not the same, this is lazy. It's not the hard-hitting Ariana. She's not belting out a song. And it's
pop music,
Yeah, and it's I don't know, people just seem to think, here's your genre, sit in it for the whole
entire put them in a mold.
Until people get bored of your genre.
I hate that.
Oh, it's so annoying. I get artists want to try different things, different styles. I think Ariana's one of those ones where she wants to grow and develop, all artists really, But
to be fair, it's not that far from what she's done. It's not that crazy.
Exactly.
I really enjoy it.
It's so good. So I feel like it's one of those ones I put on when I'm cleaning the house. I did it on the weekend because I just had it off work. And I was cleaning around, just dancing around to it. Oh,
I had it on while I was doing everything, so I'm still listening to it. I listened to it this morning, so I'm obsessed. So that's our current obsession right now. You should go listen if you haven't.
Yes.
Amazing. And then let us know your favorite song down below.
Yes.
I'd love to discuss the album.
Oh my gosh, me too.
And now on to another obsession of ours, YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
If that's not clear.
Yes, exactly. Which might actually, to some of you, if you are coming from our channels, probably more mine than what Jackie's, I would say, because I keep trying to do this thing where I call it the comeback.
It's every YouTuber's fate.
Yeah, it is. But this is something that we're quite passionate about, and I think we really want to talk about, especially because we've really we've realised a lot, personally, and as well as with YouTube and other things as well. So, I'm really excited for this one.
I know, so am I. I was waiting for you to just keep talking, and I was just listening, this is great, keep going.
I'll let you kick us off with the first one.
Okay. So, if you haven't ever seen us before, haven't gone to our personal channels, which are linked down below, so Let's just start with basics and when we first started uploading on YouTube. So my first video was, I think, December even 31st, 2012. So it's been, I think, 6 years.
It's crazy. Where is that time gone?
I have no idea.
I thought it was mine. Mine was January 24th, 2014.
Which is still
5 years ago. That feels insane.
Right?
That is insane.
It's just like, I don't even know, like, how, obviously we both changed a lot. Like, we're still both the two same idiots we are, but
yeah.
we're just very different people, and, like, our channels have gone through so much, I feel like, just with the trends of YouTube and what's been popular, and posting, and how often we post is questionable, but there's a lot to cover.
There's a lot.
So, I feel like when I first started posting, like, I was watching people like Jack Scap, if anyone remembers that throwback, and like Casper and Marcus and Louise and Zoe and people like that. So I was trying to capture what they did and put it into my videos because that's what felt right to me at the time.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if it was me. It's just I felt like that was doing well. So I was like, oh, I'll just make videos in this style. That's just how you make videos.
Yeah, that's so true. I think I was the same. I'm trying to think I think I first proper started watching, I want to say the Shaytars is the one that comes to mind.
I completely forgot.
I literally, and
they were
like
huge.
Daily vlogging, and that to me was just fascinating because I know people at home kind of enjoy, in the UK especially, watching soaps like EastEnders, Coronation Street and all that in the evening, which isn't actually real life, it's just acting, but you're kind of watching people's lives, but they're not real, obviously. But these were actually real, and I find that more fascinating. It's like reality TV.
But really real.
Yeah, and it was so fascinating to see them go through all these different transitions and get opportunities brought to them and do different things and really cool things. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, they're so cool. And then, just like you, actually, I went on to... Who did I find? I think it was Zoella, only because I read about her first. And then that's when I then got introduced to their circle when they were like kind of like more of a group then. So Alfie, Marcus...
It was like Alfie, the whole British gang.
Yeah, yeah, and then eventually Joe...
oh god, Joe,
yeah. Casper. I think I did used to watch Jack Scap. Because didn't he start doing... He went around India or something in those...
Yeah, the Tuk-Tuks.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I watched that whole thing with like Louis and all them.
Yeah. Oh, and Charlie Is So Cool Like.
Mm.
Oh my god. What's a staple.
I've always watched Charlie. Yeah. Well, he was like the OG British YouTuber, or just YouTuber in general. Yeah. For like vlogging and that sort of style.
And I think that's the thing. Like you said, I was very much like, oh, okay, so I'll just inject my like personality, but maybe amplify it a little bit and just kind of do like random videos because that's what everyone else is doing. And
that's what it was. It was random. There didn't have to be such like thought behind the concept. You just filmed like 5 random things in my room tag. Like it was really simple.
Yeah, that's so true. It was literally like a get to know that person in a sense, make it really personal.
Yeah.
It changed.
It was like there was a format and we all just put our own personalities into like the same template.
Yeah.
So it's like we were all doing the same thing but technically different because we're all different people. But then like I don't even know at what point I'd say YouTube changed. But I feel like then that vlog just completely went out of style and it started to be more like daily vlogging or more just very personal stuff. Like now how Zoe still does her daily vlogs, it kind of became more of that and less like this fake YouTube like really happy all the time.
That's so true.
I don't even know when it changed.
To be honest, as soon as you said it, I was like, oh no, actually, to be honest, I can't remember when it changed.
Right?
It just, I don't know if that means it was a natural kind of change.
Progression more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
rather than like
it's like everyone just started to switch.
Yeah. And then I think then eventually, slowly after the last few years, I think it became very much like what gets you the more views.
Yeah, now it's with like clickbait, thumbnails, titles.
Just so true.
That sort of stuff.
Unfortunately. And I'm not really willing to do crazy stuff in a video just to get views, and it's not something that I would usually do.
No, it's not who I am, so like I'm not going to do... If I was that type of person, then fine. You'd be making like 20 views, but I can't do that because people come back and see who I am, they'd be like, that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
It's like it just wouldn't be genuine.
No,
but I feel like there are people that don't care, and like if I wanted to really get views fast and get subscribers fast, I could do that.
Oh,
if I really wanted to, but that would feel so wrong to me. I'm not saying it's wrong in general, it's just personally I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's great for those people that feel like they want to do that and that's how they want to go about doing their channel. But
Yeah, fine.
I feel like they're more at risk of, when their fans meet them in real life, that
It's a disconnect.
yeah, they might not actually be that same hyped up
Hmm.
daredevil kind of person. They might just be like, hey, you're right, yeah, cool, let's get a picture kind of thing. And
Which I mean is fair because you can have a personality on YouTube too. It's like
oh
actors
yeah,
aren't like that, but I don't know. It's just it depends on the YouTuber you want to be or like what side of YouTube you're even on.
yeah, and you just got to like, if you want to be true to yourself, you've got to be prepared to really graft. I think.
Yeah,
Like really graft nowadays.
yeah.
It's getting harder.
It's getting more difficult. We've been here for a long time.
It's so true, and I feel like you've got to be more careful now as well, because
Yeah.
for example, the gentleman who I'm about to talk about has said he's watched our previous podcast. Because it was long,
Yeah.
edited on in the background, but he was listening. I've done a video with one of my colleagues at work called Ben. I constantly tell him, you need to hurry up and get yourself on YouTube because he
Yeah.
has such an addictive personality. He's just really funny.
But you'd want to watch them.
Yeah, genuinely, even I would watch him, and I
Yeah.
work with him, and I know him
I know
quite
you
well.
know
So,
him.
yeah, and we discussed this massive series where we did multiple video kind of ideas.
Oh, wow.
Ironically as well, it was podcast as well, but like in a different format with him.
Right.
And we were doing like, I think our first video we recorded was he picked a restaurant or like a takeaway place where it's not like a McDonald's or anything. It's kind of a place we've never heard of. Local,
Okay.
we go and try the food, and we kind of like hang out and have a laugh in the car kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like a mukbang kind of
Like
vibey thing.
general
Um,
chat, like yeah, that's
and
a cool idea.
It's such a good video, and we discussed a lot on it. We wanted to make this a thing, want to do this and the other,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
getting back to what I was saying about you have to be careful in a sense. And it's none of this is on Ben. This is actually mainly on me because where I keep taking breaks.
Right.
They've got to think, do I want to put that content up there with me and Ben saying, oh, actually, we want to do this all the time, want to do this, that, and the other.
Right.
We want to do this weekly or monthly, however, and then actually not commit to that. But it actually could be a really good idea, and I don't want to crush that idea because I've not executed properly.
Right.
And I feel like that's where you're a bit like, especially when I think when you're a smaller YouTuber as well, I think that's where it's like a bit of a
It's
problem.
kind of difficult. Well, it's almost that weird thing of like, even we do that. Like, we'll come up with ideas, or like when we went to Playlist one year, we had this like whole secret project find out, which still could happen.
Oh my
so
god! I
you never know.
forgot about this. Oh my god! This is a huge project.
So
Wow.
it was a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
And this was what 2016 I think we planned it for.
Yeah.
I think that was the year. And it was like a huge project. We wanted to get other like bigger YouTubers involved and do this whole thing filming. I don't know where in our minds we thought we could accomplish this.
Where the time frame for it even came
Like,
from.
I don't know. It is a fantastic idea, and I'd still actually love to do it.
Same.
But it's that weird thing of when you're a smaller creator and you see these other bigger creators, you think, oh, I can do that. I'm like, I want to film really good stuff.
Yeah.
But it's also that thing of I don't have the resources they do, so it's like so much harder. You plan for bigger, and then like you can't even get it done yourself. So it's kind of that weird disconnect of like wanting to film all this stuff, but then having to film this because you can't.
Exactly.
It's kind of annoying.
That's so true. I think that was realization, wasn't it? When because I think we had it all planned out, didn't we? Until
we had the whole thing like scripted
when we
out.
got there. Yeah, like literally like day one, we're doing this, we do this in the morning, that in the afternoon.
Filming this, getting that shot.
We need to do
the
this.
whole thing.
Like literally everything you can think of was done and dusted, which is brilliant because it shows
still
how
there.
creative we are, and that was brilliant. And as a team as well, it's brilliant. It was me, you, Cassandra, and one other person as well. And it was we were
just
so
so
ready to do it. And then as soon as we got there, I think we all just, like, without even saying a word, we all just
reality hit us.
do we want to really spend all our time away on holiday doing this video idea that might not actually work properly, or we might not, because we're not huge YouTubers, we haven't got like a huge following. So going out to strangers and expecting them just to stop and talk to us, what they don't want to.
It was kind of like a reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like almost too far for where we were.
Yeah.
Which was kind of frustrating, but I mean, at least we enjoyed the vacation, but it's still that thing.
So
Of when we get to that point, I do actually want to film it, and we do still have it. It's just like, you're so excited to film all this stuff, and then you're just like, I can't do it right now.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
frustrating.
so true.
It's either like the audience size, because you want it to get a good reception when you plan something really good, but it's like, I don't have that many subscribers, and like, it shouldn't be about, oh, what if it doesn't get many views, but you work so hard on it that you want people to see it.
Yeah, you kind of have, you set like a bar, don't you, of what you want back, even if it's not quite what you want, but and even if you don't reach that, then you kind of think, well, why did I just spend all that time doing that? And
right. It's then kind of like, oh, we did all that, and then it didn't even really get that big of a result. Like, it would kind of just hurt a little and like set your motivation back.
That's so true. Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of the times things get held back. Well, like for me, definitely, I know for me especially. I think other things for me as well. I find, and this kind of comes down as I think like issue with myself rather more than anything. I think for me, I still believe it. I still have an inkling, but it's not in a way that I mean it in a disrespectful way to myself. But I do think that for people like me who are big, overweight, I do think that slimmer people, because when you look at a video, you do, even I do it, you instantly judge that person on...
We're humans, yes.
Yeah, appearance,
the looks, hair color, size.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think if someone... And I'm guilty of it. If I see a guy who appears and I think, oh, he's good looking, oh, and he's a little bit funny, I'll subscribe. But if I saw
you're going to want to watch more.
Exactly, yeah. And I think
I know.
There are some things that I want to do for me personally where I think, I don't want to do it just yet. I want to do it when I'm slim because I feel like the result will be better.
I've had that before.
And it's a weird way of thinking, but I've taught myself not to make sure that it's like a negative impact on me and it turns back on me as a negative.
Yeah, the mindset's bad,
Yeah, so I try and like fill that void with something else, like that video.
No, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know if
it's like that having the idea, but you don't feel ready in the place to even film it, so like, I have to hold off on this until I can film it.
Yeah,
but then it's like that. Yeah, and that's the problem. Like, I feel like I have all these videos planned of like what I want to do, and I even have a video that I want to film now, that I can film now, but it's almost like I don't want to mess it up because I want it to be so good. So if it does reach a lot of people, like it showcases me in the best way. But then I'm also afraid because I'm like, well, when they come back to my channel, like I haven't posted in 3 months, and I'll see really awful videos of mine. And I'm just like, it doesn't like represent what I am now, and I feel like I don't know. It's just I feel a pressure if I put out too good of a video, I'll disappoint people. But if I don't put out a good video, I won't get a lot of views.
Yeah, it's almost like it's what do they say? It's like an artist portfolio book, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you can sit there and like catch someone's attention, but then when they request like your portfolio book, like our channels,
they look through it.
There's not a consistency, and they're kind of like, oh, okay, it doesn't upload very often, so instantly it's like
it's not the best.
Subscribe, and then you kind of lose that person, and it's kind of like, well, no, because look how much effort I put into this video recently, and it's really good.
I know, it's like I will keep doing it.
Yeah,
if you guys subscribe, just wait.
That's so true. That's so.
It's like even with this podcast, like. Of course, it's not like the best quality now because we don't even live in the same continent, or we don't have the best mics or whatever because we can't afford them. It's like, I know the quality isn't that great, and maybe I wouldn't watch it personally if it wasn't a thing. But it's that thing of we want it to get better, and we want to grow, and we want to have like a studio to film in, and professional mics and a setup. So it's like, just know that things will get better. Like, you just want people to stick around because you know that it's going to get better from your side of things, but like other people watching don't know that, or don't know your commitment to things.
That's so true. I think that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it's so easy to get caught up in the moment as to how quality and things are. But if you persist in it, and I think, actually, touching back on that, actually, because as we're going to continue to do this, which we are going to, by the way, and you do have our word on that, because we are going to, we're very passionate about it.
We're keeping each other accountable.
We literally are. We're kind of like knocking each other like, hey, let's keep going. Yeah, definitely. Like, honestly, we do. It's so much fun. It's so nice.
I love it.
And I think what's really good about this, although it kind of feels a bit sluggish in a sense of results, in a sense that we both want, that actually I think we both know that in the future, when it gets to that higher level of quality and, you know, we live in the same kind of area, we live together, we're in podcast setup, like a proper professional setup, that when people then start watching it and they go, oh, I really like this, it's really fun, and look back, hopefully they'll see our growth journey as well. And I think that's what entices people.
Will.
And even
well, it's also that thing of like, that's what I mean. Like, this is also very genuine and like raw. So they might come back, and some people even like older stuff more. Like I do that and go back and watch.
I'm guilty of that.
I enjoyed it more because sometimes when you get more professional, you lose that sort of genuine YouTube quality, even though people don't think they want to actually watch that because the quality's not that great. Like you should also be watching for the content of like this, or like what we talk about, or other podcasts, or other videos, even if the quality isn't perfect. Like, it's another person on the other side of the screen that's making the video that's like just wants to put good content. So give it a chance.
Exactly. That's so true. So
I don't know where this is all coming from. I didn't have any of this planned for.
Same. It's not like our podcast. We just
this is how passionate I am about it. That it's just like it just comes out.
Yeah, that's so true. And I think that's like something that we're both quite good at is keeping like a hold of that future, and we know what it could be. And
yeah,
I think when we first started, we were very much like, what's the way to put it? I think we didn't know as much as we do now, especially definitely 100%. So I think now we kind of have more of a clearer understanding as to how it's going to work, and not necessarily time frames. I hate saying time frames because I hate putting time frames on things.
No, because you don't know, but
it restricts it. No, exactly.
It's just we know it's going to get where we want it to be.
Yeah.
Even if it's like this now, we know we don't have to worry that it's going to be like this all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's like we still want to put out good stuff now.
Yes, we do. Exactly. I would love to be able to go to my channel and just pump out content weekly. I would love to do 2 videos a week. Honest to God, if I had it my way, I would be doing 2 videos a week, maybe even 3.
I think that's a good rate.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think that's the thing as well, is when you're a smaller YouTuber, it's harder to grow because you've got your life as well, which is, you know,
it's a lot of balancing.
This isn't our job yet, and it is a hobby at the moment kind of thing, but it's kind of like in the works. Sometimes things take over, life takes over, personal things take over.
Well, you can see that even looking back, like just with gaps, like personally, the both of us, like we'll stop filming. Like my most recent upload on my channel right now is 3 months ago. So I've been posting on this channel more than I have on my personal channel.
Same, yeah.
So it's just, it's hard when you're smaller because it's like you don't have that audience and like the community to ground you and be like, oh, we're here for you. Like, we'll wait for a new video, or like, where's the new video? Like, if I kept seeing comments of like, oh, hey, you gonna put a video out? Like, that would give me more motivation to actually do it.
Yeah.
Like, same. I know I should have that now, but it can be hard if you're just sitting at home and like you're really busy and you're just like, well, I don't really need to film because no one's counting on me yet.
Yeah.
It's like that sort of a mindset.
That's so true. It's so weird because we haven't genuinely had that kind of discussion before. But this is why our podcast is kind of quite raw, and we just bounce off each other that. But that is so true on my end as well. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, actually, it's, you know, it might be 3 months ago, but actually, no one's really watched my videos, so
right. So it's like,
doesn't really affecting many people. Technically, every time this is a really bad thing to say, but every time I upload, I do lose subscribers, and I get it because it's almost like they're being reminded that, hey, I'm here.
I'm still here.
I'm that guy who doesn't upload very often, and hey, I'm another comeback kind of thing. And I 100% get it. And in the video with me and Ben, he what's the way to put it? He rides me for it. He full on is like, don't worry guys, it's another comeback video from Liam. Like, it's so funny. So I probably would upload that video, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm saying this, I feel like I will actually upload it because it's quite a good video. It is a really good video, and I do hope that me and Ben do carry on that series because it is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a really good idea. Well, that's the thing, like, you don't know what's going to work and get
exactly.
So if you like it, you should put it out.
That's it, exactly. And I think that's like, I think for me as well at the moment, content and balancing that is something that is, I want to say the next thing that I want to work on. Because I don't want to every week be uploading constant makeup videos, because even these big YouTubers are saying it, they're struggling to find content. They're asking their viewers to tell them what do you want to see.
You run out of ideas.
You really do. You really, really do. And there's only so much makeup you can really do to a degree until someone like makes a trend.
I know. It's hard to come up with. It's hard to be original. Exactly. That's what everyone's always said about YouTube, even since the beginning when it was more new. Like. We're not like just this being like YouTubers aren't just constantly pumping out ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard because you're human, and if you want to put out content you care about, but then you also need to put out content because it is your job.
Exactly.
So it's that weird thing of like, what do I put out? If I don't like it, I don't put it out. But like, some people need it because they need money.
Exactly.
So it's just like the weird balance of finding what works for you and how you can be creative and still put out what you like, and then also profiting from it because it is what you do for a living.
Yeah, exactly. So true. Oh, it's so like, it's mind-boggling. Is there's so much that kind of influences and you have to think about. But still, if someone said to me, are you happy that you started a channel, and are you happy that you've still got it and that you
God,
you still want to do it? I'll be like, yeah, hands down.
We
wouldn't
wouldn't have met.
Like, literally.
I wouldn't have gone to playlist. I wouldn't have known so many people.
Same. And that's the thing as well. I always forget, and this isn't like an egotistical thing when I say this, but I have to keep reminding myself that, you know, when I went for that point of, as you remember when I was featured on Trent and Luke's channel,
yes,
that video, and we went to playlist. I can't remember the first time or second time. I want to say
it was 2015, 2016, I think.
Yeah. And I had people going, "Oh my god, you were in so and so's video," and it was so nice to be recognised through YouTube stuff. Was so nice, and that's a thing of, like, you know, where your videos pay back in a sense. And I think that's when you don't get that, like you were saying earlier, it's kind of hard, whether it's a comment,
if you don't get feedback or anything.
Yeah, and it's just like a quietness kind
it's
of thing.
It's not motivating, because like, it is fine, but we also do YouTube to have a community and to meet other people. Like, we're not just doing it to be vain and post videos of ourselves.
No, God, no.
That's not why I do this. Like, I want to help people or make people laugh for a video or just meet new people. Because that's the thing you were saying, even like when we were at Playlist, or I did the panel, like, I saw people that would come up to me that I knew for YouTube, or like people that watched my videos, and it was just a really nice feeling.
That's so cool.
It's just like, I don't care if you even like the video or watch whatever, it's just the fact like you can connect with people that know you from what you post online.
Exactly. That's the thing, and it's nice to know, who was it? It was, that Shake All, is it Vlogumentary? I think they were making like a series. I don't know if it actually happened or not. And it was Ali, Charles Trippy's ex-wife.
Okay.
She said as long as her videos make one person's life different, then she said it's all worth it. And it's so true. Like, all it takes for one person to go, "Oh my god, I loved your video. When you going to upload next?" Or you know, whatever they want to say, and it's positive. You instantly go, "Oh my god!" You get a rush. Like, I do.
Oh my god! No, I just had that from a video I posted sometime last year or the year before, and someone commented on it, just like saying their own experience and how they related. It's just like, I don't know, like a sort of like weird excitement, like, oh my god, I connected to another human being with what I said, which is like so weird.
It's strange,
but that's why I do it. So it's like, oh my god, like I helped someone, or like someone just was able to relate. Because my video because school, well, not just started, but when school started back in like September, October, a video I posted like a year or two ago started getting like a lot of views again. People started commenting and liking on it, and it's just like, wow, what I said actually had an impact on people. Like, it's just really weird to see that, because I'm not used to it.
It's strange, isn't it? But it's so nice.
It's rewarding. Yeah. It's like, well, that's why I want to do it. I want to interact with people. Exactly. I think that's also why I want to do this podcast again, because like, I just like, we like rambling. I think that's pretty obvious. We can talk about anything for whatever. So like, that's why I like these, because they're so easy to just film and upload. Like, even if the quality's not that great, I just like talking and hoping people like listening to it and then putting comments to respond, and like, it's almost easier to me than the main channels.
Yeah,
this is just so informal. It's just so genuine that like I could do this forever.
Yeah, same.
The Fading Friends podcast will forever stand.
Yeah. When we're 70 years old, we're still going.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. Because my 30 minutes to descend my timer. I was timing this, by the way. So
no, it's gone off already. Hey,
yeah, that was right. See, I told you we like to ramble.
Whoa.
I know. I can't remember what else I wanted to even say. Well, I was just going to cover on the whole thing of like the inconsistent uploading is a problem, I feel like, with small YouTubers. And then also the phases of YouTube, like when we started, it was that whole like happy vlogging and everyone's doing the same thing. And I feel like when every style changes, YouTubers adapt to that in like their own sense. So I feel like my channel has gone through so many different phases, and I have so many different types of videos, and I've been going through recently, like privating stuff and unlisting it, because I'm like, I don't feel like it's what I want to have out now. Then I'm like, do I keep it up because it was my past? It's also that weird thing.
That's the thing, isn't it? Where's that balance in a sense of where you want to it's almost like you want to keep the kind of like personality of the channel, if that makes sense. Like the oh my god, I have a word for it. What's it gonna say?
Yes. It's gone.
Yeah, it began with I or L. No way. It's identity. Your channel
Oh, yeah.
identity. That's what it's
Oh,
for.
that was good. Yep.
Like you kind of want to build that, and you don't want to just like do drastic changes. You want to add things in
Right.
slowly, but it's hard to because like you said, you kind of look back through your content and you kind of go, oh, I was doing this at that time and then that stopped and now I'm doing this and here,
It
but then I had
jumps
a
a
break
lot.
and and that's the thing. I think it was 2 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on my channel, I think it's been the last 2 years. Might be more for all I know, where I've been so inconsistent and it's
I know.
sometimes I upload 2-3 videos, but then it goes back to being inconsistent and it just
For like
doesn't
months.
yeah, it's kind of like, oh, it's like a channel, but it's like an empty channel because it's lost its identity and
I know.
it's in limbo.
It's like we don't. Wasn't what we've always said? Like, if you want to get to that spot of being a bigger YouTuber, you already have to be in that mindset.
Yes.
So it's like when I do that thing of, oh well, no one's watching anyway, it doesn't matter, and then like I just get lazy. It's just you get inconsistent, and then
Same.
you're not gonna get anywhere. So it's like it's difficult because you have to like treat it like you have it as a job now, or like treat it professionally if you want to get back to that state.
Yeah. I remember you were saying that actually, because that was you used to say that a lot as well. Actually, I remember you saying that we need to treat this more like it's a business, and that that we are a bit more ahead than what we are now, because and I do genuinely believe that actually does help a lot, because if you still think, oh, I'm just small and I'm not going far, and
if you're like, oh, I'm not going to get there, then you're not going to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're telling yourself, you're already blocking yourself from getting it.
Exactly, yeah, and you're sending it out to universe, which will be a video later on in
this series. Another upcoming podcast.
Yeah, very exciting.
Law of Attraction.
Little plug there. You're welcome.
plug.
But yeah, that's so true. You've just got to keep positive. And I know it's hard sometimes, and
because everyone still works on it. I think even big YouTubers talk about that and just the mentality of it and mental states, because it kind of being on social media is kind of a never-ending job. Like if you have like a 9 to 5, people always say that you work, and then when you go home, there is no work.
That's so.
But like if you're like on social media, you can constantly be on social media, which is tiring.
Exactly, it's so true. It's tiring.
It's so tiring. Talking is so tiring.
Being us.
Oh god, so difficult. It's not. That was sarcasm.
It's generally, that is sarcasm.
Oh my god, I feel like we've covered it.
I think we have.
I just don't comment on stuff happening in current YouTube because
Same.
I don't feel like I watch enough people, and I don't feel like I'm in the bubble of current YouTube. So I'm just not going to speak on that.
Yeah, I think the only thing
we're just doing our own thing.
And that's the thing, I think, isn't it? Is the only thing that I would say that I'm kind of in the know of, kind of, but then I'm still behind, is the Sister Squad with James Charles, Emma,
like makeup and all that.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But only because James Charles has literally been the most insane successful person this year. Yeah, exactly. And it just happens that I've watched him anyway, so I think that's just pure luck. But like you say, everything else...
I feel so out of the loop. I just watch random videos, random people, travel vlogs. Yeah. I still watch Minecraft videos, so I don't know.
Yeah, I do too. I do. And then I
it's not just me.
15, 20 minutes in, I'm like, I'm a bit bored now. Just trying to find something else to watch. Yeah, I do too.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it's almost that thing that also, it helps because then you also want to focus just on what you want to create. So it gives you like that space of, you don't have all this like information over the YouTuber coming in, what everyone else is doing. You can just focus on what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. I think it makes sense when YouTubers say, like, oh, I don't really watch anyone because I haven't got time to. I kind of get that is genuinely because they've not got no time, but also because, like we kind of said, is that if you watch too much, you're kind of taking in too much information, and you don't know what's the trend, what's going on, this, that, and the other.
You're influenced by everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you want to stay tuned for our next podcast, which we're going to be filming very shortly, aka right after this one. So don't mind us wearing the same outfits in the next video.
We did get changed.
We just never change. Yeah. We always film.
Honestly, my job
is the next video is going to be about... Do you want to intro what it's going to be about? Or we'll film him?
Yeah.
Did you forget?
I did. I have. Wait. It's... personal growth and self... Oh my god, I forgot it!
Liam!
Growth and self-discovery. There we go.
Yes. Growing as a person and learning who you are, learning who you were.
And remembering who you are and what you meant to
say. Yes. This is not scripted, so you can tell. Okay, guys, well, we're going to leave that there. We hope you enjoyed this episode number 5 of the Faded Friends podcast. If you do make sure to actually like the video down below and subscribe. Put comments about either Ariana Grande's album or anything we just talked about in this whole podcast. We'd love to hear and talk back to you. That's what we're here for. And we hope you support the podcast and spread it. Oh, share it. That's the word. Spread it sounds wrong.
We did it for a while.
Make sure to share the podcast with anyone and any social media and follow us all over social media. Everything is down below. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.